Greetings and welcome to my raw food kitchen. So, this is my third day being raw, and on the first day I said that I would share some of the recipes and the things that I'm eating with you all. So far I love it. I kind of transitioned into it. I've been vegan now for about a year, something like that, and I've been vegetarian for about 2 years, but just the more that I did research on raw food diet and was looking at people like Aris Latham, Natasha St. Michael's, some friends of mine, I just really wanted to give it a try. And then also there's Mama Tassili here in Atlanta. I went to her restaurant and her food is delicious. I currently work at a health food store and we have a lot of really good raw foods there that I have been trying out, like raw lasagna, raw desserts and things. And I just saw how, you can make anything raw. You can have raw hamburgers and salads and pizza and sandwiches and burritos, and the benefits that it has for your health make it a very, very appealing option. So I told you all that I've been using this book, Annie's Raw Food Kitchen. Her name is Annie Phyo. And I've actually looked at a lot of different books. I've looked at a lot of different raw cooking shows, but I like her book because it's simple and the ingredients are down to earth. Like I told someone in the comments on my Facebook the other day that I didn't want to mess with Sarma's book, which is I think it's called Get the Glow Living Raw Food, because she just has all these ingredients of things that you've never even heard of before, like argan oil. Really? You want me to put half a tablespoon of argan oil in that? Like, I've never seen that before. I've never heard of it. Chances are I might not ever use it again, and I know it's going to be like $20 a bottle. And yuzu juice, what is a yuzu, you know? But, she's just talking about stuff that, we eat all the time. Tomatoes, vegetables, coconuts, avocados. A lot of the recipes in her book, I had already had all the food in the house already. And I went grocery shopping yesterday to kind of stock up and picked out like 6 recipes that I want to try. For each one, there was only one thing that I needed to get from the grocery store, 1 or 2 on average. And these were things that I could have easily gotten just anyway. Like, I just didn't, I just needed to go grocery shopping. Like, what was it? It was like tomato, portobello. I got oyster mushrooms, spinach, carrot, sunflower seeds. I had to get mustard seeds. I've never used those before, but whatever. It was like $3, and now I have mustard seeds. We have a very well-stocked seasoning cabinet here, so I kind of enjoyed adding that one because you can really play around with seasonings with what we have collected. Anyway, so this morning I had raw oatmeal, which was delicious, and I will in the future show you how to make that. It requires soaking the oats at night, and then it's just like a little deal in the blender, so it's pretty easy. Right now I'm about to make heirloom tomato gazpacho. So I have assembled the ingredients. I'm using my laptop to do this, so we'll see. We'll see how this works out. Okay, I'm gonna try to. Okay, here we go. So the first thing that we need is she said all her recipes she makes for 4 people. Okay, I always cook for 1. I cook for myself 3 times a day from scratch. I don't really cook in advance. Maybe I might start cooking in advance later, but I don't know. I just always want to cook for what I'm about to eat. So I'm gonna quarter her recipe so that it's just for 1. Okay. So she said use 3 heirloom tomatoes if I was gonna do it for a 4 serving. Look at my lovely heirloom tomatoes that I got at the grocery store. I got these at Beeford Highway Farmers Market. So since she said use 3, I'm gonna just use, I think I'm gonna just do half of this one for a quarter, you know. I'm gonna do half of this one and like a slice of this one, because this has a very interesting taste. I've tried this one before. It's kind of sweet. I'm actually not familiar with this one, but all right. Try to see if I can have it so that you can watch me cook. I'm just gonna cut this. And one thing that I've been really liking about raw food is that the preparation can be very simple. It's funny because it's either takes much less time than it would to cook conventionally, or it takes like a lot longer, because you know, once you start getting into dehydrators, some people who do raw foods like to dehydrate foods in order to make things like breads and crackers and different desserts or things. Dehydrators, now you're actually talking about 2 days of cooking time, because you're going to dehydrate something the day before, and then it's going to, you know, it's going to be 8 hours on that before you can do the rest. But right now, all I have is, I think we have a food processor someplace. I need to pull it out of a storage, and then we have a blender. I don't have a dehydrator, so I've just been using the blender, and I'm really happy with that. I can make like salads and smoothies and oatmeal. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this tomato real quick. Okay. That's good. I can't describe it. It's like I don't know. It's just yummy. It's just really, really good. Okay. So then we have that's like really good. Oh my god, my nail. I didn't hurt it too bad. I'm like in love with my nails and I keep breaking them. I play hard. Live hard, play hard. I remember this one from before. I had this one from my health food store. Let me try this again. Let me see this one. It's like, oh my goodness! If you are not onto the heirloom tomatoes, you need to get on them. Okay, so basically, all you have to do. This is our blender. Big old heavy duty thing. It's a blend tech. And I used to, we don't use the microwave. That thing has not been used for like years and years. Easily 3 years, but it's still there. Promise you we don't use it. We never use that. We also don't use the oven, and we still have an oven. That's right, it's next to me. I'm actually working on the island in the kitchen. We're using that. That's like a toaster oven. It's like a small oven. We were using that, but now I'm not using that either. Now the only thing I use is a knife and a blender. But, you know, I'm going to try to do raw for as long as I can, but I don't know how long I'm going to do it, being honest. Because this is so good. I want to eat this when I'm talking to you. I'm not going to do it. Because I know that, for instance, my brother tried to be raw last year. And he was only able to do it for 6 months. And he's like a health food fanatic. Like, it wasn't about... Okay, so the next part is, I'm going to continue the story. The next part, I need 1/2 of a piece of garlic. So, you see I have the whole garlic. I peeled one off. And then I'm just going to, like, cut this in half. Okay, so my brother's a health fanatic. Like, even before he had tried to go raw, you know, he was vegan for many years. And at one point in time, I used to laugh at him and his girlfriend because they were basically only eating green shakes. And at that time, I wasn't wasn't really very health conscious. So it looked like they were just, you know, creating these potions and putting these strange powders in them. I now know that it was probably stuff like, you know, superfoods like spirulina, chlorella, maca. But I mean, they were so hardcore. So last year he tried to go raw and was only able to do it for 6 months because his I'm not gonna give you all his health details because I guess that's HIPAA. But basically, your spleen has to warm up. Okay, so we got the garlic. Okay, I'm gonna continue the story. Then we also have. I already measured out the Brazil nuts. This is a 1/4 cup of Brazil nuts. I have these lovely measuring cups that I got from the Container Store. Then I have like these also the measuring spoons. A 1/4 cup would, I would need 1/8 a cup of Brazil nuts, okay? 1/8 a cup is an ounce. The smallest the cups go up to is a 1/4 cup, and then an ounce would be 2 tablespoons, but I thought that would be awkward to try to do 2 tablespoons of Brazil nuts just because of the shape. Like, see how it's not really gonna, well, I thought it wasn't gonna fit in here too well. I actually could have did it with that. That would have been perfect. Because look, that's 1 and that's 2. But what I did do instead, before I turned the camera on, was I measured out a 1/4 cup of Brazil nuts. Then I used a food scale, and I determined that that was 40 grams, and so then I just halved it. So I have basically 19 grams of Brazil nuts. All right, so now we have the Brazil nuts. I'm still going to tell you the story, I didn't forget. 1/8 a cup of Brazil nuts. We have the heirloom tomato in there. It says 1 tablespoon of pitted dates. I already did that. I'm not going to show you. It basically worked out to be 1/2 of a pitted date. If you haven't ever seen a date before, this is a date. It's a medjool date. A lot of people who are health conscious use it as a sweetener because these are very sweet. To pit it, you would basically just break it in half. This is the pit. Pull the pit out. I had a little measuring spoon, this one by Whole Foods, that I had stuck it in, and I was like, yeah, that's definitely it. So that's what I did. I should have showed you again real quick. Okay. So this is my 1/4 teaspoon of a pitted date. Then we showed you the Brazil nuts. Now I need, her recipe says 1 cup of extra virgin olive oil, which means I need a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. All right, so this is the second time I've done one of her soups. And in my opinion, she is oil heavy. Okay, so this is a 1/4 cup.